Xi Jinping, born June 15, 1953, is a Chinese politician who has been the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, CMC, and thus the paramount leader of China since 2012. Since 2013, she has also served as the 7th President of China. As a member of the 5th generation of Chinese leadership, she is the first CCP General Secretary born after the establishment of the People's Republic of China (PRC). The son of Chinese Communist veteran Shi Zhongxuan, she was exiled to rural Yanchuan County, Shanxi Province, as a teenager following his father's purge during the Cultural Revolution. He lived in a yaodong in the village of Liangjiahe, where he joined the CCP after several failed attempts and worked as the local party secretary. After studying chemical engineering at Tsinghua University as a worker peasant soldier student, she rose through the ranks politically in China's coastal provinces. She was governor of Fujian from 1999 to 2002 before becoming governor and party secretary of neighboring Zhejiang from 2002 to 2007. Following the dismissal of the party secretary of Shanghai, Chen Liangyu, she was transferred to replace him for a brief period in 2007. He subsequently joined the Politburo Standing Committee, PSC, of the CCP the same year and was the first-ranking secretary of the Central Secretariat in October 2007. In 2008, he was designated as Hu Jintao's presumed successor as paramount leader. Towards this end, she was appointed the 8th Vice President and Vice Chairman of the CMC. He officially received the title of Leadership Corps from the CCP in 2016. While overseeing China's domestic policy, she has introduced far-ranging measures to enforce party discipline and strengthen internal unity. His anti-corruption campaign led to the downfall of prominent incumbent and retired CCP officials, including former PSC member Zhou Yongkang. For the sake of promoting common prosperity, she has enacted a series of policies designed to increase equality, overseen targeted poverty alleviation programs as part of the battle against poverty campaign, and directed a broad crackdown in 2021 against the tech and tutoring sectors. Furthermore, he has expanded support for state-owned enterprises, SOEs, emphasized advanced manufacturing and tech development, advanced military-civil fusion, and attempted to reform China's property sector. Following the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in mainland China, he initially presided over a zero-COVID policy from January 2020 to December 2022 before ultimately shifting towards a mitigation strategy. She has pursued a more aggressive foreign policy, particularly with regard to China's relations with the United States, the Nine-Dash Line in the South China Sea, and the Sino-Indian border dispute. Additionally, for the sake of advancing Chinese economic interests abroad, she has sought to expand China's influence in Africa and Eurasia by championing the Belt and Road Initiative. She presided over a deterioration in relations between Beijing and Taipei under Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen, successor of Ma Ying-jeou, whom she met in 2015. In 2020, she oversaw the passage of a national security law in Hong Kong which clamped down on political opposition in the city, especially pro-democracy activists. Since coming to power, Xi's tenure has witnessed a significant increase in censorship and mass surveillance, a deterioration in human rights, including the persecution of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, the rise of a cult of personality around his leadership, and the removal of term limits for the presidency in 2018. Xi's political ideas and principles, known as Xi Jinping thought, have been incorporated into the party and national constitutions. As the central figure of the 5th generation of leadership of the PRC, she has centralized institutional power by taking on multiple positions, including new CCP committees on national security, economic and social reforms, military restructuring and modernization, and the Internet. In October 2022, she secured a third term as CCP General Secretary and was re-elected state president for a third term in March 2023. It is hard to gauge the opinion of the Chinese public on Xi, as no independent surveys exist in China and social media is heavily censored. However, he is believed to be widely popular in the country. According to a 2014 poll co-sponsored by the Harvard Kennedy School's Ash Center for Democratic Governance and Innovation, she ranked 9 out of 10 in domestic approval ratings. A YouGov poll released in July 2019 found that about 22% of people in mainland China list Xi as the person they admire the most, a plurality, although this figure was less than 5% for residents of Hong Kong. In the spring of 2019, the Pew Research Center made a survey on confidence on Xi Jinping among 6 country medians based on Australia, India, Indonesia, Japan, Philippines, and South Korea, which indicated that a median 29% have confidence in Xi Jinping to do the right thing regarding world affairs. Meanwhile, a median of 45% have no confidence. These numbers are slightly higher than those of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, 23% confidence, 53% no confidence. A poll by Politico and Morning Consult in 2021 found that 5% of Americans have a favorable opinion of Xi, 38% unfavorable, 17% no opinion, and 40%, a plurality, never hearing of him. In 2017, The Economist named him the most powerful person in the world. In 2018, Forbes ranked him as the most powerful and influential person in the world, replacing Russian President Vladimir Putin, who had been ranked so for 5 consecutive years. Since 2013, Reporters Without Borders, an international non-profit and non-governmental organization with the stated aim of safeguarding the right to freedom of information, included Xi among the list of press freedom predators.